Hi, welcome back to another video of the Targeted Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So I just had a conversation with Pam about what happened today with Alyssa, telling me that she's like, "Oh, that's my friend." I'm like, "I need to talk to her. That's not her friend. Call him by his name. This is the social worker at her school, okay?" And so I have to sit her down and let her know, "Look, no, he's not your friend. He's a social worker that works in your school. That's all he is. He is not your friend. And you don't call him by his first name, you call him by his last name. Okay?" So talking to Pam about this, she started laughing. I was like, "What's so funny?" "Oh, that's her social worker." And this and that. I said, "Well, you don't tell me these things." So when my daughter come and tell me about, her friend, and then she points to, and she goes over to say goodbye to some man who, I don't know if it was a teacher or what have you, and she's telling me that he says that he's gonna come and get her for some alone time in his office, and I'm just like, what the heck is that? So like I said, I had to ask the principal, what's going on. The principal told me that he was a social worker, right? But the fact that she thinks that is funny, and I said to her, you know what? I said, if you know about it, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So I said to her, you know what? I said, anything that has to do with her in the school, you leave me out of it, because when it comes to things that you can't make, all of a sudden, then you want to get me involved. I said, if that's the case, then you take care of it 100% of the time. If you don't want to put me in the loop when it comes to our daughter and what's going on with her in the school, then guess what? Don't call me. You leave your work and you go and you take care of it. Okay? And this is the thing with these modern women, particularly as a black man, as a father, that these women, right? A lot of these women, a lot of black women, they've been conditioned into this way to be disrespectful to the father of their children. Okay, and I mind you, right? Our situation is not the typical situation where the man cheat, this and that. No, she cheated multiple times. Still stuck around for the kids. I'm still here for the kids, dealing with all her bullshit. Okay, and why she gets my daughter a social worker, why she put her in some program, because she don't want to have the responsibility of being a parent and doing what parents do for their children. She wants to have, as again, when you see these women who are raising children by themselves, and their children is failing in school and they blame the school. It's not the school, okay? It is you, ma'am. You, because you choose to have fun, right? You choose to work long hours because, again, you want to make an impression on people, and live a lifestyle that you can't really afford. Okay, so therefore, what happens? Are the children suffer, right? And then you want to be nasty to the father, right? Because they've been conditioned to chase better, but they're not getting better. They're not. Okay, all they're getting is dudes that have them on rotation. Okay, and they're getting STDs left and right. Look what's happening in Houston. Sorry, Dallas. Dallas or Houston, or Texas anyway. Look what happened here in New York last year, right? An epidemic of chlamydia, syphilis, and other STDs, right? Increased. But these women will lie and talk about, they're living their best life. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why? Because again, the power structure, the white racist white corporate America, right? The white psychological association of America have created this mindset particularly within black women. All right. So her as a mother, instead of doing the things that she needs to do for her children, she wants to have fun and put her children in the back burner. Okay. And then I have to deal with all this. It's probably the reason why, like I said, this being here sometimes is stressful. I came Sunday and she was like, "Oh, I'm cleaning up the kitchen." I'm looking like, "How you clean up the kitchen? You tell me you clean up the kitchen. How you clean up the kitchen? How? Do I, Look at this. Look at this. Right? So how you clean up the kitchen? Now, I used to do it, but I don't do it anymore. Why? Because of disrespect. Right? And again, when she tells me, oh, I want to be a single mother because she wants to date her ex and do whatever, I said, okay, fine, what have you. But then she still wanted me to be here. Right? And she used the fact that I care for her, right, and had still loved her. She used that to try to manipulate and control me. And that I cannot forgive, because at a woman at her age, she should know better. It's not like we're in our 20s. Okay? She's near 50. I'm 52. We're not in our 20s anymore. We're not even in our 30s anymore. But these women today have been conditioned that the older they get, their minds regress into that younger state. This is why, again, you see Facebook, you see a lot of these middle-aged women, lingerie, shaking their behinds, talking about they're free, and it's women empowerment. How is that woman empowerment? I understand, like I talk about this, and particularly Dr. Amos Wilson, right? Go read the book, The Falsification of the African Consciousness. As a matter of fact, go look at his videos. And he talks about the backwards and the dysfunctional mindset created within black people in America and across the diaspora and in the continent of Africa. This backwards mindset, right, where we don't produce anything, we don't really build as much as we should. Okay? And what we do, we try to compete with each other for European brands, European things. And we think that that is a level of success and achievement. All right? So, it's just, like I said, it's really, really ridiculous. And the wage war on those of us who understand what's going on, those of us who they want to control, those of us who, as we're young, we had ambition and want to achieve certain things. If they can't control you, they'll destroy you. And I'll give you an example. You go to YouTube, some of the biggest YouTubers who are black, who do you see working behind the scenes? Okay? Who do you see working behind the scenes? It isn't a supported staff of other black people, but it's white people. Continue to use us as tools, as things to profit off of us. And yeah, they may give you a little, because they'll select a few Negroes. If it's 100,000, 200,000, let's put it like this. Let's say 2 million. Okay? There's 50 million black people in America. What's 2 million? All right, so I want you to understand how they do these things, because they will not let the majority of black people attain any sort of economic independence, any sort of financial freedom. Won't happen. That's why they have to keep us in a state of the working class, poverty, and not even the middle class. They've wiped out the black middle class over the past decade and a half. I shouldn't even say that. Yeah, about a decade and a half. It's 2008, 2000. Yeah, decade and a half. They've wiped out the black middle class. Okay? So, that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.